In this video, we're going to show you how to install the brake flex hose on your INFINITI G37 X located behind the front steering knuckle. Using a 21mm socket, loosen and remove your lug nuts. Now on our particular vehicle, we have a locking lug nut. We have the key to remove it. If you just have a standard lug nut, go ahead and take it off. Once you have those removed, remove the wheel and set it aside. On the rear line here, we have a 12mm nut holding this block right here. We have the hard line coming over. This is a 10mm nut that goes into this block. And if you follow this around, there's another block right here with another 12mm nut. We're going to start here, loosen, and remove this nut. Now we will be reusing this nut, so don't lose it. You might have to use some rust penetrant on this hardware. Go ahead and set this aside. Now I'm going to come over here and we're going to break this 10mm hardline nut loose. Okay. Now ours came loose, and you can see I can spin this nut without the hard line moving. If you're moving this nut and the hard line is twisting with it, stop. You need to use some rust penetrant, whatever you need to do to loosen this nut separate of the hard line. Make sure you have a catch can and some towels underneath. You are going to lose brake fluid from this connection as well as the other end we're going to be addressing later on. Our next step, loosen this 12mm nut here for this block. Now I'm not going to remove this nut. It's going to help stabilize the block while we remove the hard line. Okay, pull that hard line out. Remove that. Let's go ahead and remove this. I'm going to install the block here. And I'm going to go ahead and secure this block into place. Once that nut bottoms out, just make sure it's good and snug. I'm going to line up our hard line and start that nut by hand. You might have to wiggle that hard line around a little bit to get it started. Once you do have that started, you can go ahead and snug that down. Follow this over to this junction here. We're going to slide this off of that stud. And let's go ahead and move to the far end of this line. Now we have our hide line coming down. This comes down from the master cylinder area and it goes to a threaded nut. This is a 10mm, and we have the flex hose underneath and it joins on this bracket. There's a retaining clip right here. It's a horseshoe clip. The first thing we want to do here is you want to spray that down with some rust penetrant. Use your 10mm wrench, and we want to make sure we can loosen this fitting. You can see I can spin this here without it binding on the hard line. If your hard line is twisting with this nut, you need to stop, spray this down with some more rust penetrant, and make sure that you can spin this freely. We're going to unthread this here until it's separated from the flex hose. Make sure you reposition your rags or your catch can underneath to catch this fluid. All right, we're now separated. We can pull that line out. Now the horseshoe clip has a tab that sticks up. I'm gonna use a pair of pliers and go ahead and grab that and just kind of twist that out. And there it is right there. Now it is curved and that arch needs to go on the upside when you reinstall this. Set that aside. You want to grab that flex hose and wiggle that out of the bracket and pull that out. As we pull this out, we get to remove the rest of the flex hose system. I'm going to feed our line over, feed this up and in. Now the flex hose itself has a keyway and there's a little tab on this side here and flat on the other. Well, on our particular vehicle, on our bracket, the notch is on the back side. So take your pliers, position that line, feed that up and in. And then once that's up into the bracket, install your horseshoe clip. Push that on and go ahead and tap that on. Install that hard line into that flex hose and start threading that in by hand. And then secure it. Once that hard line is tight or bottomed out, go ahead and give it just a little bit more. Grab your spray solvent. We want to make sure that we get all of that brake fluid cleaned up. Brake fluid is a harsh chemical and can cause premature damage to other components if you do not clean that up. With both of the main lines connected, we can install our center block. Go ahead and install the nut. And once that nut bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. You want to make sure that's good and snug. Let's go ahead and proceed to our gravity bleed here. Now, if your caliper has this rubber boot on the bleeder screw, you can go ahead and remove that. I'm going to use my little pocket screwdriver to pop that off. If it does not have it, that is totally fine. And we'll go ahead and loosen the bleeder screw. And what we're doing is we're waiting for the fluid to come through the line and push the air through and all the way through the caliper. And we're looking for a steady stream of fluid to start to come out. We see some bubbles coming out here. We see the air bubbles coming out. Now at this point here, we have a solid steady stream of brake fluid coming out and no air bubbles, so we can go ahead and close this up. Use some spray solvent to clean up any of that residual brake fluid. You want to hop into the vehicle, pump up that brake pedal 3 to 4 times, and then hold it. Make sure that the brake pedal goes firm and it does not slowly compress. If that brake pedal does slowly compress or go to the floor, you want to go ahead and repeat this process. It could take 2 to 3 times to go ahead and do this. If for some reason it does not hold a firm pedal, you want to go ahead and proceed to the complete vehicle brake bleeding process from there. With the hood open, locate your brake cover here for the master cylinder, push on these tabs, and pull up on this cover, set it aside. Once we have the cover off, you want to go ahead and spray and clean up the cover itself. Make sure you don't get any debris into the master cylinder. Just going to use some regular solvent to do this. Clean everything up. Once that's clean, you want to go ahead and pull off the cover and set that aside. Inside the reservoir, there's going to be a little screen. You want to go ahead and reach in and pull that out. Make sure you grab a rag to capture that. We're going to be reusing this here. Let's go ahead and set that aside. Our next step, go ahead and grab a container that you can use to put the fluid. Now you can use a vacuum tool such as this here or a turkey baster or something like that to go ahead and pull that fluid out. Make sure you're wearing safety glasses when performing a job like this. Be careful not to get this on the vehicle's paint. If you do, you need to immediately clean it. Go ahead and wipe down the cover here. Remove that old fluid and put that away somewhere. Now go ahead and grab the appropriate brake fluid recommended for the vehicle, and we're going to fill this up. With it filled up to that max line, go ahead and grab that screen, drop that inside, grab that cover, and install that. Now we're starting our brake bleeding process on the right rear of the vehicle. Now we have someone inside the vehicle. What they're going to do is they're going to pump up the brakes 3 to 4 times and hold pressure. Then I'm going to go ahead and open up this bleeder screw. This is going to relieve any air bubbles in here. When that comes out, it's going to go into our external reservoir here to capture that fluid. We're going to do that a few times until there's no more air bubbles coming out of the line. Then after that, we're going to seal this up. We're going to clean it. Then we're going to go to the left front wheel. We're going to repeat that process there. Then to the left rear wheel. Repeat that process. And then we're going to close with the right front wheel. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to be using an 8mm socket on this here. You may have to apply some rust penetrant to this or maybe apply a little bit of heat to get this bleeder screw to loosen. We did inspect the fluid in the reservoir and make sure that it was topped off. Let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and pump up the pedal. So we're going to put on our hose here. We're going to use our 8mm. While they're holding that pedal, we're going to open this up. And what we're looking for is air bubbles coming through that line. So we'll close this. Once their pedal goes to the floor inside, we'll close this. Then they're going to pump it up again. Go ahead. And this is looking pretty good so far. Go ahead again. have no air bubbles left in this line. We're going to close this up. I'm going to remove our bleeder hose here. Now, if you have any brake fluid coming out of this here, go ahead and use some solvent, spray that down, and let's go ahead and we're going to repeat this process for the left front. Now we're up here on the left front wheel. I'm going to put this on. Okay, go ahead and pump it up. All right, while they're holding it, we're going to open that. You can see the bubbles coming through. We're going to close that up. Repeat. Again. Again. You can see we're still getting air bubbles in this here. Again. Okay, we have a solid stream of fluid coming through. Now at this point, we're going to close this up. We're going to pull this off. Our next step is to go ahead and top off the master cylinder with brake fluid. Go ahead. Fill this up to the max line using the appropriate fluid. Once that's topped off, we're going to now move to the left rear wheel. We're going to bleed that and then move to the right front wheel and bleed that wheel there. Once you're completed, you want to top off the reservoir one last time. You're going to clean up any residual fluid that might be up here, and then we'll put our cover back on. Hop into the vehicle, pump up that brake pedal. Make sure that brake pedal is nice and firm. If it does not firm up, you want to go ahead and repeat this brake bleeding process one more time. That should clear everything up. But if it does pump up firm the first time, perfect. Go ahead and install your wheels, torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. At that point there, you're all set. So go ahead and install your wheel. Install your lug nuts. Once we get all these installed, we'll go ahead and snug them down. Use our locking key. Go ahead and torque down your lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. We're going to use our locking key first. Then we'll continue with the rest in a crisscross pattern. And you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.